Hey there, Adam here. Welcome to 2022. I hope you guys started it with a good mood. I've rested a bit and I'm getting back to work. Encouraged by positive feedback after my The Matrix Awakens analysis, I decided to start a new year with a bit more enhanced content. And so, the end of 2021 quite unexpectedly brought us two interesting materials from independent development studios, currently working on titles that some time ago landed on my watchlist. In this episode, we take a closer look at one of those productions. We're talking about Ill, a new horror game being developed by Team CLOUT. At the moment it's a group of 8 people who have ambitions to deliver an extremely visually repulsive experience. In a positive meaning of that word, that is. The game itself got a lot of publicity when Oleg Vdovenko, a Russian artist who has been posting his work on social media for years, presented the world with a concept trailer of the aforementioned Ill project. You can admire it right now in the background. What's interesting, Oleg has some experience in game dev, because some time ago he worked as an animator, visualizer and VFX artist in AMT Games, a company specializing in mobile games. And the author himself co-created the game called Epic War Tower Defense 2. But let's get back to Ill. It was noted then that the teaser was not a capture of the game itself, but only an animation prepared on the Unreal Engine 4, designed to present what effect the authors are trying to achieve. You can immediately see that particular attention has been paid to the natural-looking animation of characters, as well as the strong gore effect. Without a doubt, it makes a huge impression. Over the next month, Oleg published a few more short clips, as well as behind-the-scenes footage, confirming that all these animations were captured in real time. And so, in September 2021, the artist announced that the project Ill has entered the full development phase. The studio has found an investor, and all of the creators has left their current jobs to work full-time on the development of the production. What actually seems to be true, because already in November the studio announced the transition to Unreal Engine 5, and as I mentioned at the very beginning, the end of December brought us the first short look at the actual gameplay of the upcoming title. So now we can try to analyze the shared fragment.
You there, Mike? I made my way in. Found some sort of administrative room. It's a total mess here.
Shit. They were really rushing out of there, weren't they? Alright, head to the dome. It might be your only way down.
What pleases me a lot, the emphasis on natural behavior of characters still seems to be a priority. Pay attention to the animation of reloading weapons, and ultra-realistic hand behavior during the short conversation over the radio. Even if some gamers raised their concern that this sway animation might cause a dizziness similar to a feeling we can experience during VR play. Personally, I consider this fear a bit exaggerated. The use of strong motion blur and chromatic aberration is also very noticeable in this excerpt. The combination of these effects makes me think of a look characteristic to movie captured on VHS cassettes, which in a way is stylistically connected to what we see on the screen. The bust of Stalin, a toy resembling Cheburashka, a character from books and animated cartoons made during the Soviet era, and the retro equipment scattered in disorder on the decks. A peculiar curiosity in the presented material is the use of a very unique revolver model. We are talking about the OTS-20 Gnome, a weapon produced by the company KBP, in Russian, sorry for my accent, Konstruktorskoye Biuro Pribostrojenia, or in English, Instrument Design Bureau, which is one of main Russian arms manufacturers. Players may be familiar with their other designs, such as Groza, which is popular in PUBG, or RPG-7 rocket launcher, known from several installments of the Call of Duty series. GNOME was produced since 1994 and according to available information, only 200 pieces were made, as several of them ended up on the equipment of Russian Ministry of Internal Affairs. It will be very interesting to see if this fact will be somehow included in the main plot of the game. It's hard to clearly define the location in time, but just by the appearance of GNOME, we can assume that the game will be set in mid-90s of the last century. What, for players who remember that period, such as myself, can actually be an interesting incentive. As for the things that I didn't notice here, I have to admit that the gameplay does not show the power of the engine. Yes, the whole thing has a realistic feel to it, but it doesn't herald any revolution in terms of lighting, shadows or object details. The environment itself, rather poor in reflective surfaces, also fails to showcase the use of ray trace reflections. In a word, Nanite and Lumen have not been overloaded so far, and I think Unreal Engine 4 could easily handle it. Still, we're talking about 40 seconds of footage from the indie game made in just few weeks, without even a second of shot showing any actual interaction mechanics, not to mention combat or interaction with objects in the environment. But, bearing in mind Oleg's previous work and his commitment to quality, I would give him a credit of trust. I will closely watch the project, because since the first presentation it has strongly attracted my attention. I'm counting on the authors to keep their feet on the ground and finish the title. In fact, I trust that they will deliver a very evocative piece of bloody horror, which may not turn out to be a revolution, but will allow the young studio to spread its wing in future productions. Thanks for watching to this point. In the film's description I put links to Oleg's work so you can check out his characteristic style. In the meantime, thanks for watching, cheers and see you next time.